There are industries that move the world, and the people inside them, the ones who show up before dawn, who know every customer by name, who built something from nothing and refuse to let it stand still. 10 years ago, we made a promise, not to disrupt for disruption's sake, but to build something extraordinary, something worthy of the trust being placed in us. We saw a vast ecosystem navigating disconnected systems and outdated experiences that slowed everyone down, while other retail industries moved forward rapidly. So we started over with the vision of one connected platform that brings people and businesses together. Thousands of rooftops, millions of transactions, dealers, operators, and OEM partners who took a chance on something new and never looked back. Because this was never just about software. It was about the family that's been selling cars for 3 generations and wants to be around for 3 more. It was about every person in that showroom and service drive. About creating better experiences for every person connected to the automotive journey. The next chapter isn't just about an upgrade. It's about intelligence that works across the entire ecosystem, providing the full picture for all of you dedicating your careers to this industry, and most importantly, the consumers you serve. To those who believed early, challenged us, and grew with us, thank you. This story is yours as much as it is ours. 10 years of building. But this is where things get interesting.
Good morning and welcome to Tekion One. Please welcome Tekion's founder and CEO, Jay Vijayan.
Good morning and welcome to Tekion One. Let that sink in for a moment, because this is the first time anyone has ever said those words, because this is the first event of our community. And welcome our one community coming together on one platform and working towards a one bold future. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of our dealers who've been here with us for almost a decade, or if you have come on board just in the last month, or you're signed up and excited to be onboarded on the Tekion platform. Thank you for all your support, all your trust, and your partnership. I've been excited about this moment for a very long time. First time in a decade, we are bringing our community together. I have a lot to cover today. Want to show some highlights of the last decade first. Many of you are familiar with, some of you have been with us for quite some time. And thank you for all the feedback you've given. You all know that we are not perfect, not anywhere close, but that's always been the goal. Be perfect, be the best, not as just a technology platform, but as a company, as a partner to do business with. And in that sense, I really appreciate everyone going with this journey. And I'm going to talk about not only the last 10 years, but also about the future. All right? Okay. The dealer community has gone through quite a bit in the last decade. Okay? So with that said, there is a lot of things that we are working on and we've been working towards. And I'm going to share a lot more details later with some exciting product announcements as well. Okay? Cool. What is the best way to predict the future? Is to create it, right? And that's what we have been doing for the last 10 years. And many of you have been part of that. All right? So quick highlights. Some of you are very familiar from the time we started launching our first product, even though we started working on from 2016. 2018, we launched our first ever mobile service check-in to check in your customers in the fastest way, easiest way. The first mobile check-in that really worked on a mobile phone, making it easy for your service advisors to really engage with your customer and really do the best service they can provide. I'm not going to read through every single one of them. Many of you are familiar with that. From there, we continued the innovation for the last decade. And every time, that's pretty much in our DNA. Everything we work towards is focusing on what do we deliver in terms of value to our dealer partners, all right? We have created meaningful impact to the industry. I know otherwise you wouldn't be here together, right? And you see the numbers in terms of what we have delivered to the industry. 3,000 plus dealerships are on board on Tekion. We continue to grow fast, and thank you again. And we've sold over 7 million cars, serviced over 50 million services on the platform. And we deliver 3,000 plus features. Again, thanks to my incredible team. As I said, innovation sometimes comes with a little bit of cost. And I want to, again, thank you for the patience being with us. End of the day, the value and the innovation always trumps everything else. So we keep working hard towards delivering features. I don't think any other company can ever say this, that they've launched 3,000 features on a platform in a year from an innovation perspective so that we can keep bringing value, all right? Let's hear from some of our dealer partners. Just a quick highlights. What do they say about Decade? Some of them are here. Let's play a video.
It's allowed us to have a much cleaner experience, much like you would see if you go to the Apple store. Their invoice is going to have things that only pertain to the customer.
Going paperless, besides saving a few trees, it's really been a game changer for the store.
I would describe our previous system as a pager, Tekion as an iPhone.
With the machine learning and the auto recommendations, we have customers that go on our website and make service appointments. They put in their year, make, model of the vehicle and the miles, and it gives them suggestions, and they've already picked all their maintenance packages out.
Some customers even treat it like Amazon, just start picking the services that they want before we can even talk to them. We are closing much more.
The feedback from our sales associates, management team, and for everybody is that we actually arrived to the 21st century.
The communication platform within the CRM, it's very easy to see. They've got a new AI tool in there that summarizes each lead that just makes it extremely easy to see exactly what the customer's asking, what information they're looking for.
So we have seen an increased volume on our BDC leads. It's been pretty significant, 27%.
Yes. 100%. I'd recommend Tekion to other dealers. If dealers are looking to the future, then Tekion's the only answer.
You all know this. I just want to set the stage with this. You all know this is a very familiar set of metrics, right? A salesperson in a dealership on an average sells 9.5 cars per month, okay? It's been out there. A lot of people talk about it. I'll tell you why I'm talking about it today, right? You also know the NADA benchmark is 12 to 15 units, but unfortunately, the average is significantly below, right? On the service retention, it is 35% compared to the NADA benchmark of 72%, so less than half. So what has happened, right? In decades, it's not that there was no software. You all know this, right? There is hundreds, thousands probably. In your dealerships, you probably run hundreds of software that you try to get this metrics about. Yes, many of you have gotten there, but it's not consistent. It's not seamless. It doesn't work well together. So what's the meaning of all of these development and the new products and software without moving the needle for your business? What's the point, right? So now we have been working very hard to push the envelope. The great news that something I shared at NADA is dealers who are on Tekion, the numbers are significantly higher. I shared exact metrics on how much they're making on PVR on average. If you're a top 25% of Tekion dealer, on an average, if you're on Tekion, you're above anyone in the industry in terms of industry average. So there are some slides. We can always share that, and I shared that at NADA. Now, what I'm excited about, we're going to cover a lot more later part of this presentation, is AI. Of course, there is a lot of anxiety about AI. So you see, as dealers, all of you have come a long way gone through adversities over decades. You all know this. Everything from recessions to new brands coming in from outside. You've come across a lot. But now, what can do the real breakthrough in these key metrics is AI. I'll tell you why. We already see it in the early days, see it in terms of dealers we have launched. We track the numbers and KPIs quite closely. AI, first time in several decades, has that potential to really change. And as I said, we are already seeing the glimpse of it. Okay? So we all know this. AI is already here. I'm sure all of you are using one of the LLMs, ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever LLMs you're comfortable with. From a Tekion perspective, from early days, we've been investing in technology, right? Be it machine learning from the day one towards AI, now generative AI. We continue to evolve that, okay? So AI is here. You all know this. I don't want to share too many metrics for you to get to know that, right? And the consumers are already using it. So we're all consumers on a day-to-day life, and we all use it to many things, and shopping, cars, or getting to know more about the product, even engagement. So it's going to the next level. Businesses are already using it. But of course, AI has to be deployed right, because you all know this, there is massive amount of security concerns out there. And real, those are very real, right? And you don't want your business to be compromised. And I know more than anyone outside of course, dealers who live through this. And by the way, we have been a dealer as well. Tekion used to own 2 dealerships, so we know the business. I'm talking about the compliance requirement as well. So that continues to tighten. So there is a lot of forces, but at the end of the day, you have to win, you have to thrive. So AI can really help. All right, so we have the power to shape our future. Again, I truly believe in this. So what do I mean by that, right? The forces around us, will change, and we don't have any control. The world will change. AI is here. I wouldn't say even coming. AI is here. So what can we do rather than getting anxious or getting worried about is how do we shape our future? We have the power, truly. And as I said, we've been doing this for the last decade, and we can do this in the future. We have to do this together. So we have the power to shape our future first, and then we can work towards changing the world. Okay? How are we going to do that? All right, so you might have seen this term if you've been here yesterday in the event. You might have seen this term, our team talking about AI native dealership. It is a big deal, so there is going to be a blog that me and my CTO, Binu, who is also speaking in this event, we're going to publish a series of technology back. What is truly AI native? Because more than anyone, this industry, many companies out there talk a lot. There's a lot of jargons, there's a lot of words, but it doesn't follow with delivery. It doesn't follow with true innovation. It doesn't follow with technology that brings value for your business. Okay, so AI native is a very important term because it is going to make a massive day and night difference to how you run your business in the future, how you serve your customers in the future. All of those are going to be significantly impacted. Okay, so I'm going to talk a lot more about AI native dealership. What does that mean? All right. Okay, I think that's something some of you may have experienced, but may not all of you. Your next customer may not pick up the phone, but their agents will, right? You all may know, if not, the agentic commerce is significantly spreading across the board. Whether we like it or not, as I said, there are people who have already started creating their own agents. There are AI agents, which is doing stock trading now. And the thing is, other side, if your business doesn't know how to handle an AI agent, I'm sure you've seen in the news as well, Automotive News, I think, published something about AI agents negotiating a car deal with the dealership where the staff didn't know who they are interacting with. All the negotiation finally got a great deal, I guess. But the point is, you have to be ready to deal with that. And it's not a bolt-on thing that you have to do. That kind of connects to what I'm talking about as an AI native dealership. So I'll bring it together for you, right? It's not like a bolt-on where you keep bolting on tools. So you all know this well. Over a period of time, mainly what you run your business on, what typically people call it as DMS, didn't really live up to it at all, right? Completely, you know that. That's why you had to bring in so many bolt-on tools. I don't think I'm not saying that is wrong, but the problem, it doesn't solve the holistic problem. You still need partners to integrate with, absolutely important. But the problem is the gaps kept filling with bolt-on tools. They don't talk to each other. Now, what's happening is something similar trend is happening with AI, because you're all, as dealers, most of the dealers are anxious. Many of you are not. That's why you're here. They have to do something, so they keep bolting on tools. And now AI tools also have been going through the same thing, where they bolt on additional AI tools to their platform. Unfortunately, it may solve a small problem here, small problem there. It doesn't solve the entire problem that you need to solve for your business, and you need to serve your customers. Okay, so that is something very important to keep in your mind, because if your dealership doesn't work ground up on an AI-built platform, doesn't know how to handle customer transactions, whether it's a real customer, or a customer's AI agent that comes through doing a transaction for you, your platform should be in a position to not only recognize, engage, but most important, underline, secure. Very, very important. You know this well. There's so many stories out there and how AI has gone rogue and how it does leak information. So there's a lot of out there, right? But your business, you all know this. You deal with real customers, you deal with real dollars, and there is a real compliance issues as well. So it is important your AI platform to be ground up, really secure. The data is seamlessly connected. So you will see this. So I'm going to launch. There are some really exciting product launches I'm going to talk about, which you should be able to obviously connect the dots on what is a true AI native means. AI native platform. When you run your dealership on an AI native platform, it becomes an AI native dealership. All right? Okay, so this is the future with AI. We'll keep progressing there. All right? So the agentic commerce. So stay tuned. There's a lot of exciting things about agentic commerce itself, because if your dealership needs to be ready to engage, not only just interact, but engage and transact with an AI agent, as I said, yeah, you will have control on what you do at your dealership. We all know it's obvious. You don't have control on what a consumer does. They can do whatever they want, and that's what they will do, because they're going to go to technology. They're going to create their own AI agent, and you know that there are a lot of aspects to it. So now you have to be ready. This is what shaping our future. We have the power to do it. All right. Okay. So this is something I would like you to see, right? This is just a quick picture, this slide. How we have been working hard towards. Now, slowly, it's coming to surface. By the way, this is not something we took lightly. We don't take anything lightly, especially when it comes to our customers, right? Our dealers. So now we have been working on this ground up. So as you've seen Tekion launching AI agents like a year ago, and then we started launching more in ADA. But it's not an afterthought. We worked on it from ground up. We built our data platform that is AI ready. We built our security practices. In the bottom of the slide, you will see, right? We've been working on this for quite some time. SOC 1, SOC 2 Type 2 certifications, ISO certifications, and we were the first ever DMS platform in automotive to get ISO 42001, which is responsible AI development. We take this very seriously. We've invested. We have a phenomenal team that I'm really proud of. So we've been working on this for quite some time. So ground up, we have built an AI native platform that also does the interaction seamlessly with all the AI agents. Whether you have an AI agent in service, whether you have an AI agent in parts, it has to come together. If you have bolt-on tools, I don't think it's going to come together, and it is a problem for your business. All right? Okay. You will know this. Innovation distinguishes the leader and everyone else in the industry, right? It is obvious. There's nothing else. You can do PR, you can do front page ads, you could do words, but true innovation, delivering value, pretty much distinguishes the leader. That's what we have been doing. We take that to heart, and we continue to develop and deliver. Okay. Here are some innovations to shape the future together. Okay. So I have some exciting product announcements. How many of you, or let me start with this, you may get a clue of what this is. Some of you may have seen a sneak peek, because any product we launch, I want to kind of give you some background if you don't know. We don't launch products just for sake of launching and announcing something cool. We try it out with our dealers. And thanks to dealers who raise their hands, we have quite a few bold dealers who try our AI products from early. Actually, in fact, I'm going to bring some dealers to the stage as well, because that is real for us more than anything. When our dealers try a product, be it AI or not, but now moving forward, pretty much everything is going to be an AI product. And then them giving validation and feedback is the biggest value for us, all right? So with that, how many of you are CFOs or controllers or accounting department here? Can you raise your hand? We have quite a few. Thank you. Many times, while you really are the core of the business, you all know this saying, pretty much everything flows into accounting, right? Everything. It's dollars. If you track the dollars, you can track pretty much anything in your business, all right? Okay, so we have the first exciting product announcements. I gave a cue of what that is, so let's play a small video of what the product is.
Another month-end closing, and invoices are coming from every direction. Emailed to different inboxes, arriving by mail, handed over by a vendor right at the service counter. Someone's manually keying them in, one by one. And somewhere in that chaos, payments miss terms or invoices get paid without approval. With no audit trail, there's no way to know where it went wrong. Your team deserves better than a stack of invoices and a keyboard. Introducing Accounts Payable AI, the first automotive AP solution built natively inside your DMS, Automotive Retail Cloud, and part of the Accounting AI suite. Not a third-party tool trying to speak your language. This speaks Tekion. It reads every invoice, extracts all the data automatically with no manual keying, matches to any existing POs, checks for duplicates, then flags for review or routes it for approval. And because it's automated, there's no interruption when you're short-staffed. From invoice received to submitted for approval, what used to take 5 days now takes 10 seconds. Every step, every approval, documented automatically. So there's always a clear trail and never a question of what happened or when. Your team stops keying data and starts doing what they're great at: protecting your margins and closing the month with confidence. Accounts Payable AI, built inside ARC. Less manual work, fewer errors, stronger results.
Thank you. That's exciting, right? Not all the time I know you can get excited about accounting, but this is exciting. Well, okay, so now you see the features. Again, this is something to do with Tekion. I'll set the stage. We'll keep developing. We'll keep improving the product. We're going to make it better and better until you feel it's the best product. So I want to call important person, one of our early dealer partners who have tried this, as CFO of a reasonably good-sized group and a well-known group, Autobahn Motors. So Chad Johnson, welcome to the stage, please.
Thank you, Jay.
Good to see you, Chad.
Yes, thank you, Jay. So we have been working closely with Tekion for the last few months on this project, this product that they're introducing here, AP AI. And basically, the video pretty much stole my thunder, because those are everything that I was going to talk about. So, in general, the AP workflow, automated workflow, is not a new revolutionary concept. It's been around for a long time. There are third parties that have products that you guys probably have seen. Some of you might use those in your stores today. But what's different about this is the first one that lives natively inside of your DMS. And so all the things that Jay has been talking about, this one is a seamless solution that is inside of your DMS. And so that video gave me PTSD, because that was pretty much us prior to us doing AP AI, is invoices coming from every direction, stacks of paper on all of the AP vendors or AP clerk's desk. And so What we've learned from this experience in working with Tekion is that there's 4 main benefits that we're getting from this product. And the first one is about the efficiency of the handling of the invoice. And so because the invoices are ingested in the system typically through an email capture, it can be a PDF scan, they go directly into the Tekion system. And so it's reading the invoice directly, it's extracting the data directly from the invoice, it's creating the journal entry, it's routing it for approval to the manager. And so you have extremely limited human intervention on that invoice. And so that creates great efficiency. The second thing that we learned is the accuracy is improved. Again, because the information is extracted directly from the invoice, you don't have manual key punch errors. The codings become much more consistent across the stores, so they're going to the same GL account. So you're able to have consistency and comparability across your group. And the next thing was the visibility of the invoice. So again, everything lives natively inside of your DMS. And so you can see the status of all the invoices in your group, whether they're approved, whether they're pending, whether they're hung up, why they're hung up, if there's duplicates, and you can move and sort those throughout your system. It also allows you to see what your future forecast might be for cash, and it lets you see unrecorded liabilities, so you can make sure that your month end is accurate. And then the last thing is about the scalability. So because again, you're handling those invoices so efficiently, so accurately, you're able to do it with less people. And so whether you wanted to repurpose people or whether you're going to grow, you can do so with less headcount in your AP staff. We recently had a person leave, and we made the decision to not replace them because of the efficiency that we were handling the AP invoices with. So I think all those things are going to make this a great tool for you guys, and enjoy the rest of your conference. And thanks, Jay, for letting me come up and talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Chad. Again, I want to say thank you to Chad and his team once again. They've been phenomenal partners. He's always excited to raise his hands, right? As you know, well, generally CFOs and controllers are a bit conservative. They should be, for all the good reasons. We have a few, really bold enough to try things, and you can see the excitement. This is the real thing for us, right? This is what excites me more. My team is phenomenal. They come up with very exciting ideas, real, product to market fit ideas with AI. But they all know this as well. They work really hard with our dealer partners, early dealer partners. It becomes real only when it brings value. So thank you, Chad, again. Super. We have more. Okay. So now let's move from counting the dollars to how do you bring in dollars, right? Sales. How many people in sales department? Down sales managers. Okay, we need to bring more, I guess. I thought sales would be a lot more exciting and a lot more show of hands. All right. Okay, so our next product directly in terms of how AI can help bring more sales. How can it work with your people? I think the clicker is not working. There you go.
There's someone on your team whose job it is to turn strangers into customers. One conversation at a time. But leads don't wait for business hours. And no one can be on call every hour of every day. It's time for a better way to manage leads. One that's automated and intelligent. Introducing Salesperson AI, the first CRM AI agent built natively inside a complete end-to-end platform. With total access and context to everything it needs to answer real questions. Not a third-party tool bolted onto your CRM. This is your CRM. The moment a lead arrives, day or night, weekend or holiday, Salesperson AI responds in minutes. It answers questions about pricing, availability, and features. It schedules appointments directly from the conversation. When the rep steps in, the full conversation history is already there. No re-entry, no lost context, a seamless handoff. And it keeps following up with unsold prospects until they're ready to move. Coverage doesn't depend on who's in the building because the follow-up lives in the system. Your team stops chasing cold leads and starts closing warm ones. 40% of dealers don't have a BDC team. Now, every one of them does. Salesperson AI, built inside Automotive Retail Cloud. Give every lead the response it deserves.
Thank you. Thank you. I would give that credit to my team. They've been working really hard on this and quite exciting. Okay, so we sold a car. What about compliance? Our CFOs and controllers would like this as well, right? AI sells the car. Who takes care of the compliance? Of course, the AI should, right? So we are also launching F&I Manager AI with something called as a deal guard, which the AI itself does, right? This is important, right? No, it's here and now, right? You know the compliance concerns and tightening of all the compliance rules. Make things easier so that you really focus on your business. So that's what we are doing. So we're launching the Salesperson AI, followed by the F&I Manager AI. The first thing we are launching in the F&I Manager AI is the deal guard, okay? All right. We have a big one. I'll tell you what it is, okay? So as we talked about AI native, okay, what does AI native mean? Something ground up. We built a platform ground up, right? It's an AI platform. It's a data platform. And then it delivers a seamless value end to end. And you need something to go to for a customer. Yeah, we can say, we built phenomenal technology. So as customers, how do you interact with that technology? What is it, okay? And then how does that technology help? Because you can have all of these AI agents running around. Yeah, we have Salesperson AI. We have F&I Manager AI. We have Service AI. Okay, if you're a dealer principal or a general manager or a CFO, of course, you're going to look at the entire business. That's how you run a business. It has to come together seamlessly. So how do we do that with an AI interface? Okay, so here is an AI interface. I launched something called as T1 at NADA. This is the next from T1. We are launching something called as T1 Pro, which is really all-powerful, single interface, AI interface for you to have an interaction with the AI. I'll let you see the video, and I'll talk a lot more about that, okay?
T1 gives your entire dealership one AI interface, connected to every customer, deal, repair order, and workflow inside Tekion. Ask anything. Get the full picture. Take action. That's the foundation. T1 Pro is what's built on top of it. It works like having a senior analyst on call, one who already knows your business inside and out. Think about how much of your day is spent chasing things down, running reports, switching screens, asking your team for updates you should already have. T1 Pro makes it easier for you. Because T1 Pro doesn't wait for questions. It anticipates what you need before you have to ask. It sets the tone for your day before it starts. A morning brief that tells you exactly where to focus. Leads ranked by priority. Tasks ordered by urgency. Pending handoffs and follow-ups that can't afford to wait. T1 Pro pushes them forward so you don't have to. And that's where T1 Pro separates itself. It doesn't stop at insight, it acts. Taking what typically would require 4 or 5 steps, requiring several tools and screens, into just one simple inquiry. A service advisor walks into every check-in with a clear, summarized view of the customer's history, open recalls, and what they declined last visit, all in one place. T1 Pro surfaces it instantly, then drafts status updates to keep the customer informed every step of the way. On the desk, compare a lease versus a loan. Adjusting incentives, mileage, drive-off, and rate all at once across every part of your platform in a single step. Every department, every role. Less time chasing, more time moving the business forward. That's what T1 Pro delivers. Not just smarter answers, but a smarter operation, orchestrating every AI agent across the dealership as one intelligent system. This is T1 Pro by Tekion.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to talk a little bit about T1 Pro, right? It's quite exciting. Why this is different? In many ways, it'll be obvious, but let me call out a few points. Okay, so in your mind, it's obvious. You can always think like, okay, what's the difference? Why can't I just go to ChatGPT or one of the LLMs, upload my information, and then try this same thing? It's not going to be the same thing for a few reasons. So first is security, right? Compliance and security. You can't upload PII information, your customer information, so it's very obvious, number one. Number two, okay, yeah, the LLM gives you some answers, and who does the actions after? What do you do? So you upload in ChatGPT, it gives you some really cool trends and charts and forecast and summarization. So what happens after? Who takes the action? You can't take the action many times, and it's up to you. There's a third problem as well. You all know this. AI is something how you give the information. So if you ask the question slightly different, it's going to give you a different answer every time. As you know, you all run your business. You can't have that ambiguity. You can't change it. It has to be precise. To the level precise to the dollars and cents, right? It's so important when you run the business. Then how do you connect? The final thing is, how do you connect everything in your business? So it's fundamentally different, and this is what AI native platform means, and this is what an AI native dealership means. So it really takes it to the next level. And I can tell you, if a dealer is not on this platform in the very near future, they're going to be at a significant disadvantage to deal with everything out there in the market, including the modern consumers as well. Okay. All right. So we have exclusive offer for T1 Pro. It's called as 1 in 100. So we're going to just have a limited opening for T1 Pro because the team is continuing to very actively work on making it fully comprehensive across all departments so that you have a one single interface to go to. So feel free to go talk to our team, sign up. There is going to be demonstrations as well to see the product. And end of the day, it's all about value. And the goal is for us later in the year, pretty much we can open it up to everyone. Okay, but this is going to be quite exclusive, so fun, so exciting. So if you're interested in trying, please go sign up for this. Okay, and it's going to be very special for this group and for this event only. All right. So with that said, again, I was telling before, anything is real for us only when a dealer, when our customers use it and tell us, okay, this is a product I like, and this might be valuable, or this will be valuable to their business. And our investment continues based on the level of excitement they show on a product. Okay. So I want to bring two phenomenal operators to the stage in a second. They've been, again, on Tekion for quite some time. They're also one of the few dealer operators and partners who always raise their hand saying that I want to be the first. And this is not the first time they're doing. So they've tried it before, and I think they keep trying it again. Okay. So I want to bring two dealer operators who have tried T1 Pro, hands-on, and I want them to talk a few words about that. Alex Bowser and Matt Sneed, please come to the stage. Alex Bowser of Call Black Automotive in Atlanta, and Matt Sneed, Powerford. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. All right. How about we start with Alex, you on T1 Pro. What do you feel about, sorry, yeah.
Hello. Hey, so yeah, T1, I mean, there's so much here. It's hard to wrap all of this up into a 2-minute. I know you said 2 minutes, little, but really, this is what we imagined Tekion would be, right? So we onboarded with Tekion 6 years ago.
Thank you.
And our idea of what Tekion could be was, hey, one platform, one system, all the data able to talk back and forth to each other, and then how powerful could that be in the future? And with stuff like AI and how all the data can move back and forth. So it's extremely exciting to see a product like this come to light, especially with how much agentic stuff is on the rise. And to one of your points, the compliance is a big deal. I think people underestimate how serious some of that stuff could actually be. I think that's one of the bigger pros about being on a system like Tekion. We don't have to worry nearly as much about our data or what our people are doing, and a lot of this insight and stuff that you see, like the being able to quickly analyze problems and issues with your dealership and take action on them is one of the key things here.
Yeah.
So I guess
Alex, one of the things we were talking about before this was T1. It really takes it from a reporting tool to an execution tool. It drives accountability and ultimately behavior change. When I was using it and playing with it, it's one of the nothing happens until you sell a car. And so in the sales thing, it doesn't just provide the sales person with task, it gives them a roadmap for exactly what to do. The AI is analyzing it constantly, and so it gives the salesperson, hey, these are the top 10 actions that you can take today to drive revenue and drive sales. Ultimately, that goes right into CIT, and so then you can look at, you've sold the car, it's all about collecting the money now. And so it shows those specific points of those problem points, whether that's a person or something with the process and the workflow. It shows you specifically what is needed to book that deal and collect the financing. And ultimately, then going into service for retention, when you can look at that and say, analyze my service retention gaps, and it gives a high-level overview, and you can get very micro, of course, but it's high-level overview in conversational form to say, this is where your gaps are from year 3 to year 4, or 5 to 6 specifically, and then, again, we all know that inherently with the reporting, but it goes right into execution with provide the list, and then let's send them some marketing. And it's all done in one platform. And I can't wait to get you're going to love it. It's
awesome. Thank you. And I can see the excitement. Anything else you want to add, Alex?
I think a huge piece of it is how much time we spend and every manager spends in the dealer group as far as like having to identify a certain issue. And then you're going into reports. You have to spend so much time to build and try to find stuff. This will simply give each one of your team members an expert at their hands at all times to be able to find issues quickly and then execute them. So really, it's a massive, massive time saving for us. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate your feedback and help. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, as you hear, right, the level of excitement. This is what AI can do in terms of shaping your future, taking control of your future, right? So in a very controlled environment, you can start, it's not about just giving you recommendations. I know Matt and Alex shared about how they are excited. This is just the beginning. The team is evolving the product pretty much every day. So more and more it can do. It'll learn about your business. It's not about asking, okay, how's my business doing, or why is my profitability down? Not only it can pinpoint where the profitability is down, it can show you a trend, but at the same time, not only it can give you what actions you can take, and on your approval, we kept it on purpose, on your approval, it can take actions. It not only can just create deals for you, it can say, okay, the numbers are down here. By the way, last time when you can run a deferred recommendations campaign. Can I run the campaign for you? It's as simple as that. You can just ask the AI what you want to do, or it will tell you what to do, and you say yes, it just takes the action, continues from there. And this is truly the future, right? You need to be focusing on growing your business, focusing on your consumers. How can you treat them better so that they keep coming back to you? So this is quite exciting. Now, all that said, we have great technology. There is also this across the board, around the world, AI, you see the seesaw going on. People are like talking about, yeah, I'm opening up my spend. Everything is going to be AI. Within a matter of month or 2 months, CFOs and CEOs are coming out saying, oh, we spent too much on AI, like too much token cost. We are reducing that down, right? So we don't want that to be, we are being very level-headed on how do we really deploy AI so that it can bring value. So you can ask all of these questions in your mind. Now you can ask openly to us, okay, how does that change value to my business? And this is something we fundamentally, this is a kiosk, by the way, just a screenshot. There is a real kiosk out there. You can go play around with the kiosk because you know your business more than us, definitely. You can go play around to say, what does the AI truly bring value? There is a real dashboard in our platform also because something we took it to heart. I've told my team as we started developing AI is, from the first AI agent onwards, I want a ROI dashboard. What is my return on investment? What is the AI doing? Okay, I'm sure you are measuring performance of every single employee in your dealership, right? Everyone is measured by their performance. So how do you measure AI's performance? What does it bring to me? So we want to stay accountable and make sure that we deliver value. So you can go play around. There is a kiosk out there where you can say, like, okay, I have 2,000 ROs per month, and this many cars I service. What can AI bring to my business? So please do try. This is something, as I said, we take it to heart. There is a ROI dashboard. We'll keep adding every AI solution we launch to the ROI dashboard so that you are not in this guessing game. I'm spending all of this money with this AI. What is it bringing to me? So you're going to see the value. Okay? All right. So this is the AI native dealership. Does it all make sense now? What an AI native dealership means? Thank you. Somewhere in the future, I'm pretty sure, near future itself, not far in the future, it's already here. There are our partners who already started doing this. Now, pretty much the goal is every dealership can become an AI native dealership. And you have the power to change the future for yourself first and for the world. All right? Thank you. Thank you for building the future together. It's going to be bigger and brighter. Thank you all.